How do you know what you guys are doing?
This is your live stream. We're on it. It's a live stream of a live stream.
You're our two
you live
views.
Yeah.
I think the analogy of the car on the hill
Yeah.
and like
live,
interrupting the pattern before it goes, further
far.
down the hill.
Yeah.
Because if you can stop it when it's at the top of the hill or slightly at the top versus when you're trying to push it back up, I think it's just interrupting the pattern immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just
Well, and that's like it was funny. I did with this couple. I was counseling this couple, and they go like, have you ever had this moment where you're like, why are we even doing this? And you kind of want to stop it, but you don't know how. Like, have you ever had that moment, or just me?
Just
okay,
you.
cool, just me, cool. But like you're having this argument with your spouse, and you kind of want to stop, but you don't know how. So like there was one couple, and they started yelling. I think it was Pink Elephant in a tutu or something, and like that was like their pattern. So like either one of them could scream it, and they would just both laugh, and it would like stop the argument. You know what I mean? So how do I, like, depression's like that too. Depression's like a staircase. You know what I mean? And the more you go, the more you go downward, right? So it's like, how do I stop that cycle? How do I stop the spin out? You know what I mean? Before it becomes a blowout, before it becomes something huge that's way hard to recover from. Yeah.
It's good.
Boom.
Boom. Boom. Larry Lee Lender says, "What's up?"
What's up, Larry?
What's up, Larry?
What's up, killer?
Adam Bailey just joined. John Bach says, "You guys seem too sober for a Saturday night."
That's probably true. that's probably true. All right, so let me ask this. Since
You're trying to reconnect right now.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you, because Colton, you're alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what have you guys gotten from being in this mastermind? So this is like an epic mastermind that you guys are doing a lot of. What are you guys getting out of this? What are some of the 2 or 3 things you've gotten out of this in the last, like, either this weekend or the last couple of years?
A phenomenal tax write-off.
What I heard you guys talk about today was, it's like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? And a lot of us, especially as entrepreneurs, the more successful you get, the harder it is to find people to collaborate with. The harder it is to find people to be authentic with. And I think you guys have created an environment where you can be authentic and you have that band of brothers. And I think that's huge, because the reality is, if you don't have that, you can get weird. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of really successful people that don't have great people around them that will call them on their stuff. And I see that a lot with really successful leaders. They get really successful to the point where everybody around them is just kissing their ass, right? And they don't have anybody in the world that will just be like, dude, you're sucking at this. Or like, you may be nailing it over here, but I don't care that you're making a bunch of money. Like, you're screwing your marriage up. So I think that you've created an environment to not only help each other have distinctions and grow, but you've created an environment to call each other on the stuff that's not working. And I think that's pretty powerful. And it's also, I mean, how many times did you guys mention today, there was a time I was struggling and I called AJ, or there's a time I was struggling and I called Colton, there's a time I did, and you have that tribe of people to reach out to, and that's one of those recovery strategies. Like, how do you get back up fast? You know the right person to call that will help you get back up. Instead of like walking down the office hall being like, my life sucks, like, who's here? Right? So like, you go with the right people. I think it's powerful.
Yeah, it's cool too with the in-person masterminds, because we're able to build such deep relationships.
Yeah.
Like an hour a week on the phone for our calls, it's mostly about business. Together, it's like, man, every new person in the group just becomes a great friend.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't had this many solid friends like at all ever in my life, which is pretty cool.
You don't have any at home.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to find good people to be around in your local area. I mean, I have probably similar to a lot of people out here. I mean, 1 or 2 really good friends at home that actually fit the mold of, wanting to massively win in life and, not complain and bitch about their life every day like most people do, and watch reality TV and waste all their time. I mean, I like this group because they're thinkers. Me and Robert were talking about that earlier. Like, we're a group of thinkers that are looking to create instead of destroy. Like, we're looking to create new things, create content, create new businesses, and help people.
Well, I think this is unique. This is a unique environment because what's interesting is you guys aren't, when you level up one area of your life, we were talking about this earlier, right? When you level up one area of your life, it causes you to level up others, and it's unique to be in an environment where, like, you guys aren't okay with just, we were talking about this on ours, it's not okay just to make a bunch of money. It's like, cool, you're making money, like, awesome, that's step one, right? Like, now what are you doing with it, and who are you showing up for, and like we were talking about earlier, are your goals dovetailing? Because if it's just about making a bunch of money, like, you're gonna live a hard life. if it's just about making money. So figuring out, calling each other out and stuff like, yeah, now you're making money. What are you doing with it? Patting each other on the back when like my marriage could be falling apart,
Right.
or I'm never present with my kids, or I'm whatever it is. And I'll tell you what, there's so many people. That's why you see so often people that everybody's patting them on the back, and then 2 Tuesdays later, their life is destroyed. And it's because it wasn't balanced. Their stuff wasn't dovetailing. Nobody was calling them on their stuff.
Making money is not fulfillment.
No, most people, where they focus on, they're just like, I gotta make money, I gotta make money, I gotta make money, and they're missing the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's important, but it's not everything.
Gives you options.
Gives you options. Yep.
The option of walking or driving a car. Townhouse.
He was so mad about that apartment. It's like, well, first of all, that's not what I live in. I live in a townhome.
Dude, I don't know. Apartments are so trashy.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
Dang.
I lived in an apartment once.
No, just the way that AJ said it. He's like, you live in a little apartment, like a little shack.
Oh yeah. Apartments are.
I think something that's cool that sticks out to me, 2 things. Number one is, I'll put it this way. Number one that stuck out to me was the fact that Cody said being surrounded with other winners, right? I think that's really huge to be part of a group like this. And number 2 would be, as we're talking about, money is not everything, right? But at the same time, we're recognizing, hey, we got some other fucked up shit that we got to deal with in our lives right now.
Yeah.
Let's deal with it, and let's take it to a next level. So we show up more for ourselves. We show up more for our business. We show up more for our families, our spouses, our wives. We show up more for each other. And it's not like all of a sudden, oh, we've leveled up, now we're done. It's like, where's the next level? Where's the next level? There's always another level.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of which way are we going and who's in the tribe to take it and to go with us.
Right.
That's how I see it.
Well, and how many of us have realized that, like, we have this issue, or we have whatever, and you go, like, I'm frustrated with my wife for this, or I'm frustrated for this, whatever, and you realize, like, how much do you get frustrated with somebody else? It almost always circles back to me. You know what I mean? Almost every single time. So being authentic in that, it's really easy to blame everybody else.
Well, it's like what you were talking about earlier, Colton, how you were saying instead of getting frustrated or upset with something, how were you explaining that?
Well, I mean, it's like you look at your shadow work and caught me off guard. No, but
I love when you say shadow work, like the deepest thing of all time. And you're kind of like,
well, I mean,
yeah.
oftentimes we have all these frustrated feelings. It's because of our perception of a person or an event, and that we're putting ourselves. We're putting ourselves in kind of a negative state of energy, a negative vibration. You guys get what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you can...
Cody.
All right, I lost my train of thought.
This is super powerful. Thank you for that.
Hey, here's a question though, guys. Let's answer this question from Juan Carlos Valencia.
As of right now, my only follower is Ronnie. I'm pretty sure Ronnie's the only one watching this video.
Ronnie's not live?
Outside, we're
No,
just
so
gonna stay here.
Juan Carlos Valencia asked, why are there no females in your mastermind group?
It's like a fraternity.
My wife would not allow it.
Yeah, we like a single guy.
My wife
answer
said
us.
no.
It's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood.
We get real.
Well, think.
No, that's cool. My wife's watching. Keep going. Yeah, no, this is a single dude here. This is great. Yeah.
Why not, Cody?
Yeah, can you explain that,
Hey,
Cody?
Cody's been single way too long.
Please
That guy
explain
needs a
this.
break. We need an intervention.
Where's BC?
Yeah. I need my script and role play part.
question.
Hey, feel free to ask other questions if you guys are watching right now. Or don't ask questions if you're watching right now. You could stop.
Colton, what was your biggest takeaway?
My
from this
biggest
weekend so
takeaway
far?
is part of my takeaway.
In the shadow what?
Shadow world.
Shadow realm?
No,
Shadow work's legit.
shadow work is legit, dude.
Y'all are laughing. We cry all the time. Yeah.
You guys are just filming each other.
Yeah. Hey, Colton, we follow me on Instagram. Yeah.
Colton, give him
I'll follow you. You follow me.
give him hearts, Colton.
At the WGR.
You should go live on the Real Estate Hustler page.
You rock.
So go to apply.realestateHustlersMastermind.com.
Go to
place where I didn't even know if I was going to be able to continue in the business, and now I have, $70,000 closed, pending, or under contract. So
How much?
you tell me. 70,000. That's not an option. It never was.